G'day mates, how's it going? Now, as of this morning of recording this video, Animelab had a big announcement to make, and that announcement was that they're becoming Funimation, or they're merging with Funimation. Now, before I get started, let me just say that it's kind of expected, because in early 2020, I think around March, Funimation cancelled their service here in Australia, and it makes sense because, like, a lot of their shows were just going over to Animelab anyway, and I think, and I'm just assuming, I'm just guessing here, I believe at the time, a lot of people were just subscribed to Animelab, and so it was better just to have, make the service that a lot of, like, more people were using better in the first place. So, I think that was their mindset. But, since then, I guess things have changed, and, Animelab is now merging with Funimation. And it has a lot of people, myself included, worried because back when Funimation was available in Australia, their website and their apps were always very inferior to Animelab. Funimation, like, their user interface was bad, or going from menu to menu was slow, and their videos would just buffer. It just wasn't a very smooth and user-friendly experience compared to Animelab. Animelab, there was no frills, like, you didn't have a commenting system or a forum, but you got exactly what you came here for. Like, you come here to watch the videos and they all run perfectly fine. Sorry, let me just go back to the top here. Yeah, so, it was all great. So, hearing this news this morning has a lot of people, myself included, worried. But let's have a watch of this announcement video and see what's, just talk about it. So Animelab is becoming Funimation, which interesting choice of words. Not that it's like teaming up further. No, it's just becoming Funimation. Like, anyway, so Animelab fans, it's time for something bigger. And they're showing like Attack on Titan footage throughout the entire video. Interesting choice, but we've already had Attack on Titan on Animelab, both in sub and dub. So I don't know if they're gonna be having this new library of shows. It'd be interesting if there was something different to show on this sizzle reel here. But anyway, a place to belong, to bring you more hours of anime, up to 5 screens at once, ad-free with subs and dubs. Which, if you're paying for a service, you expect there to be no ads with subs and dubs. Like, this is like 2021 now, so it's not really a thing that. It's kind of like that's the default. That should be the default thing. Not something you should be like proud of, really, or as the main draw. But download to go, simulcast straight from Japan. These two things here we've already had on Animelab. That was just part of it. And massive events with our global community. Now, right now, there's a pandemic going on, so there's not going to be really any international like things coming to Australia right now, unless the borders change within the next like couple of months. But yeah, like, the only thing I can think of which that would include, again, just off the top of my head, what I'm guessing, would be, like, Funimation voice actors, like, doing a live interview panel type thing, and we have access to that in Australia, which is fine, is cool and all, but, like, for the service itself, like, is there anything that's changing or being added, What else we got here? So, Our World Is Yours, Down Under. Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, Our World Is Yours, Down Under. I mean, last year, you cancelled the access in Australia, so interesting to say. Well, and Welcome Home. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to just, like, put a negative spin on everything. Let me just say, I don't want to put a negative spin on everything. But Welcome Home feels a bit condescending. It's like, oh, you weren't home at Animelab, even though it was an Australian and New Zealand service to begin with. It was more home than Funimation, right? Plus, Animelab just worked better than Funimation, so I feel like we're not going home. We're just going to a stepdad's house that's just worse. Okay. But I don't want to be too negative. Especially since when I commented on the Animelab video here, the announcement video, I said, please, will the Animelab website still be available to use? The Funimation site was always horrible, both in user interface as well as streaming. Animelab actually replied, so I just want to say thank you. And if anyone's from Animelab is watching, thank you for replying to the comment. They replied with, "Our team has been working very closely with our friends at Funimation for a while now to bring you the best app our combined passions can bring. The Animelab apps will eventually be shutting down." So that is sad to hear. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic, even though this does just sound like PR speak. But I'm optimistic that they have been working behind the scenes to improve the Funimation website. Like, I don't know what the Funimation website... I don't know much about web design. I don't know anything about web design. But, like, it was if the Funimation website just was running off like a bad engine or something. Because the Animelab website, at least in my experience, always ran perfectly fine. So... personally, I believe the Funimation should have merged with Animelab and should be the other way around. But I understand why. Funimation's more of a global brand name and everything. Only people who live in Australia and New Zealand pretty much know of Animelab. But yeah, it is. This whole situation is concerning, and until June 17th comes, like on the blog here, it says that we're thrilled to share news today that Animelab will soon become Funimation starting June 17th. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry. Bit of a hiccup there. Yeah, so until June 17th, we're not going to know the full extent of what's going on. You are, on the blog post here, it does say you can log into Funimation using your current Animelab details. So that's good to know, but something that's not on here is, like, is the payment plan going to change? Because with Animelab, it's like $79.95 for a full year, and then $7.95 for a month. Is that going to change with Funimation? I remember ages ago, I did a video on Funimation's like tiered payment system, which only really the first premium tier was worth it. So, like, I have a lot of questions. If anyone is watching from Animelab or their social media team or something, if it's okay and you guys want to do a interview, please hit me up, message me. I'd love to do an interview and just like spread the word about some information and just get stuff out there, and just find out more about what's going on, especially since Sony bought Crunchyroll as well. And so in the future, is Funimation and Crunchyroll going to merge, or is it like they're going to stay separate, but their libraries are just going to be on like two different, the libraries is going to be the same? Because there is region locking, like region restrictions, like in a lot of places. So yeah, like what's going on? I just want to know. Like, it's going to be a long week, I tell you that. Like, yeah, man, it makes me glad I've been buying anime that I like and enjoy the most on DVD and Blu-ray, because, like, yeah, just you never know when your favorite streaming service is just gonna like get taken away. Essentially, like, you know, this is a dark day. Like, I don't want to sound too negative. I'm trying not to, but yeah, like, it's saying something that everyone's gut reaction is negative. Because, like, we had a perfectly good thing here in Australia. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys next week, or sometime next week. I'll because I do understand that if everyone in Australia is signing in to Animelab, to Funimation using the Animelab details, the site itself may get a bit overworked. But still, like, yeah, I'll probably have the video up after June 17th. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it is. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again soon.